beaders, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and I'm really excited to bring you the February 2019 dollar bead box and bag subscription. It is as low as $18.50 a month for the box with no additional shipping charge depending on how long you sign up, and the bag is an additional $8 add-on. So I haven't seen what's inside the box yet. I'm really excited to open it up with you guys and check it out. So let us see. I'm always pleasantly surprised by what they send. They send a lot of beautiful Czech glass beads in various shapes and colors. So I'm excited to see what they sent as usual. So here's our bag. On the top, I'm going to set that aside and just take a little look here at the little letter that they included. It says, "Dear member, we'd like to thank everyone who entered our December design contest. We've seen some beautiful pieces and you can see them too. Just go to our Dollar Bead Box Unboxers Facebook page. We'll choose the contest winners the first week of the month and announce them in next month's insert." So how exciting. Don't forget that as a subscriber you have access to our entire online shop. Not only does it have items from the past boxes and past dollar bead bags, but we are continually listing additional items. Our special deals listings are also great value for multi-strand purchases and other special values. So I've done a lot of shopping on their website as well. As a subscriber to the box, like it's saying, you can go back on their website and most of the items you'll find on their site are just $1 each per strand or bag of beads, which is a great deal. So like I was saying, this is the dollar bead bag add-on that I get. This is the February bead bag, and it always includes 4 strands of 3mm Czech fire polished beads and 4 strands of 4mm Czech fire polished beads. We have our colors listed here, so let's take a look and see what we have. I'm going to separate them as I usually do by size. Alright, so our first strand is called Crystal Blue Zircon, and that would be this strand right here. It's absolutely stunning. It's one of those strands that has kind of multicolored beads where half the bead is crystal or clear, but then your other half is this gorgeous, almost deep bronze color with a blue metallic on it. It's so pretty when I move it around, if you can see that. So I'm really happy about that strand. I always love these specialty fire polish strands. The next one is called Mint White Luster, and that is this one right here, and this is beautiful as well. Gorgeous color. I definitely love the luster finish. It just gives it this extra amount of sparkle and shine when the light catches the beads. It's just a beautiful, like it says, light mint, where if you look closely you can see that it's a little bit mottled, where some of it is white and then in some areas that mint green shows up. It's just gorgeous. The next color is called Tangerine. Definitely an appropriate name for this very, very bright, sunny, orangey yellow color right here, almost like a goldenrod color. And no extra special finish or anything, just the standard fire polish, which is sparkly anyway and beautiful in that bright tangerine color. The next one is the transparent cobalt blue, and that's this one here. And again, no extra finish on this one, but it's beautiful as it is. I love cobalt blue. It's one of my favorite colors. And it's so pretty in this fire polish, and as usual everything's very uniform and sparkly as you move it around, and just the consistency of the beads and the color is always so nice. So that's it for our 3mm strands in the bag. Let's get into our 4mm strands. So here are the strand names here. The first one is called Winter Blue, which would be this one right here. As you can see, it's just this gorgeous pale light baby blue color. Very pretty, transparent, very icy looking. I can definitely see why they call that the winter blue, although I'm feeling like I'm ready for spring. I don't know about you guys. So there's that one. The next one is called Opaque Turquoise Metallic Blue, and we've gotten this strand before, possibly in the 3mm, and I've possibly have purchased the strand before. I've purchased on the Dollar Bead Box website before and have had great experiences, but I love, again, these two-tone kind of beads. So this one has the opaque turquoise on half the bead, and then the other half has that gorgeous metallic deep blue on it. That's so pretty. I love working with fun beads like that. The next one is called Evergreen. Not too much explanation needed with this one either. Another gorgeous fire polished strand and a classic deep green, a very pleasing green color. And then our fourth strand is called Matte Garnet. So this is our only matte strand this month, and as you can see, instead of it being that high shine and sparkle, it does have the matte finish on it, which is still a little bit sparkly, but it's more of a frosted finish, which I'm really enjoying. And I love that deep red color as well. So some beautiful, beautiful fire polish strands this month as usual. Can't wait to work with those. And now we can move on to the contents of the box. We've got our list over here. I've got the contents wrapped up next to me and we'll take a look. So with the dollar bead box, unlike some other subscriptions, they don't have a monthly theme. They just send a lot of random shapes and colors, but you definitely do know that you're going to get a list of strands and you're going to get a list of additional items, including things like some findings, charms, and some focal beads. So let's take a look at our strands first. I can't wait to see what's in here. Our first one says it's a 5mm Czech glass flower spacer in matte purple luster. There's 35 pieces. These are really cool. I love that purple color. So I haven't gotten any spacer beads like this at all. It is cool that they're glass, and it's really neat that they're this kind of beautiful bright lavender color. I like that a lot. And it does say in the color name that it is matte purple luster, so I'm definitely seeing the matte. I'm not really seeing too much of the luster, but I guess I can see it a little bit as the light's hitting it. Just a little bit. It's slightly pearlized. So those will be fun and interesting to work with. I don't have anything like that. The next item we're looking for is the 4mm Czech glass English cut matte silver, and there's 25 pieces. And these English cut beads have really been intriguing me lately. I really like them. So here they are. Aren't they interesting? So I received some other beads with a similar finish on this from another box, and I had mentioned that they kind of reminded me of aluminum foil, and a lot of people in the comments said the same thing, which was funny. These are really, really tiny, so I know everything shows up so much bigger in camera, and I do like to get in really close so I can give you guys the best look at these beads because they're so interesting. They have almost that etched look, but it's definitely kind of that same color and metallic vibe as aluminum foil, not to cheapen the beads at all. I think they're really cool. So the next strand we're looking for are the 8x14 Czech glass owls, 3-color combination. There's 9 pieces. That's intriguing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. These are adorable. Look at these owls. So we've been getting these elephant beads lately, and I think they were great. I just was kind of over them a little bit. Like I think I said, let's have a new shape. Like I think they're really cool, but you know, let's give another animal a try. And here, all of a sudden, we got these owls, and they are so cool. They have that similar wash on them, so they're like turquoise with a gold wash. We've got a black with a silver wash. And then we've got a kind of a bone or a neutral kind of colored glass with a gold wash. These are so cute. I really like these. And I like them too because they're not super big and chunky. So they'll be easier to work into a piece, whether you're stringing or just turning them into earrings or whatever you want to do with them. Alright, so the next thing we're looking for are 6mm Czech fire polish matte silver, and it's always nice to get different sizes of the fire polish because obviously if you get the bag you get a lot of 3 and 4mm, so it's always nice to get these additional sizes. So they've been good about doing that lately, and these are, as it says, matte silver. Beautiful. We'll be able to use these easily. I love getting metallics. The next strand we're looking for is the 4mm Czech glass Drux strand in smoky topaz. 36 pieces of those. So Drux in Czech glass bead speak are rounds, so that would be these round beads right here, and as it says, they're the 4mm size, so they're kind of on the smaller size. You can get an idea of kind of my fingers up next to those of the sizing of them. Very pretty though. Definitely have a smoky topaz kind of vibe to the look. And the last strand of beads we're looking for is the 4mm Czech glass Drux strand in blue luster, and there's 36 pieces of those, it says. Only thing is, it does say that there's 36 pieces of both of these, and my blue luster strand is definitely shorter, and they're the same size. They're both 4mm, so thinking that that's not 36 pieces. Pretty light blue, kind of a powdery blue with the luster finish that I just love. It just adds another element, kind of a pearlized look to the beads, which is so pretty. So I'm really happy with the strands they sent this month, as I always am. I love getting the strands of beads and seeing the different shapes and colors that they've sent. They always send a really nice variety that I find are easy to work into projects that I like to do. So then we get to our additional items on the list here, and we have quite a few things here. The first one is the 28mm Czech glass tabular circle with peacock finish, and there are assorted colors to that, so you may get a different color variation than I have. So it looks like I've been sent this one right here, which is really cool. I love the stars on it. I wonder if anybody else will receive anything different, like instead of stars you might have some other type of pattern. That's really cool. It's kind of a topaz type color in the background. The stars are etched in there, and they kind of have a lavender kind of a look. So this is definitely what I would call a focal bead, so I could use this in some type of necklace as the focal piece. Pretty interesting, just a big flat circle, and it's got kind of that luster finish on it, which is very pretty. The next thing I know a lot of people are gonna like, most of you guys love these. It's a 16 by 18mm magnesite skull in turquoise or white, one piece. I think these are super cool. I just don't really use them in my jewelry making, but this is big. This is a big guy. So usually the skulls that we've received before are a lot smaller than this. Like I said, this is a 16 to 18mm size, and the hole runs from the bottom to top, just like that. This is so chunky, but it feels so good. Like, it's so well done. It's always interesting to see the different shapes that they include in their boxes each month. So there's that. I feel like he needs a name or something. He's a big guy. All right, I'm gonna set him right here so he can stare at you. All right, moving on, we have the 8mm silver-plated spring rings. So like I said, they do include some findings, and I'm always happy to get some of those because it's nice to bulk up the stash. And these are the spring rings, so they have that extra little loop on them instead of just being jump rings. They're a little bit more secure, and there's quite a few in there, 100 pieces. Next, they've included an 18mm pewter resin blank, and that's this right here, which is very pretty. Almost looks like a picture frame or something. Says you could use it for resin, you could also use it with polymer clay, and you could probably put any type of like little picture or anything. I'm thinking even a some type of a sticker, and then seal it up in there. That would be kind of cool. It's a very cute little pendant blank. I like that a lot. And then next on our list, we're looking for the 13 by 15 pewter Hamsa antique copper plated, and these are like little bead frames. They're not my particular style, but I know a lot of people love them as well. And I think you can pop a little bead inside here and see where the hole is like that. It just would go through the hole on the bottom of this, through a bead, and then through the top, just like that. I think we've gotten some things like this before, maybe a silver finish. And then moving on, we are looking for an 18 by 26mm hand-painted porcelain beige with khaki. So another big guy, and that's this, which looks pretty neat. Got quite a big hole on it as well if you wanted to use it with something other than a slim type of thread or wire. So you could use this with cording or chain if you wanted to. And I always like to say that these big chunky beads could look cool as toppers for tassels. You could have chain or threads hanging down and use that as a topper, or use this as some type of focal as well. But the color's really cool. I like the hand-painted porcelain effect, and it's very organically shaped. So probably not for everybody, but I think it is pretty cool to have something like that to work with. Our next item is the 12mm Swarovski Rivoli in Aquamarine Volcano. Ooh, 12mm. That is this right here, so it is nice to get some Swarovski from time to time in these boxes as well. So as you can see, it is a rivoli, which has that classic shape on the back that you can bead around and have this gorgeous, bright and fiery looking crystal shining back at you. And it's got kind of a slightly pointed top to it as well, not just the bottom. Very flashy, very good quality as you'd expect from Swarovski, so it's always nice to get something like this. That's really cool. Okay, so next on our list is 16mm antique brass toggle, one set. Can't really go wrong there. It's pretty no frills, pretty basic, which is fine. Always good to add another toggle clasp to the stash. So this is in antique brass, as you can see. Next we have the 14x20 antique brass connectors. It's a set of 2. I love connectors. You all know I love connectors. We have gotten these before in a pewter or a silver finish, so this time they've included the antique brass, which I really like. I use a lot of antique brass, so I'm definitely happy with that. And you can see here that there's all kinds of little loops and circles. You don't have to just use the one here and the one here. You could also take advantage of the fact that it does have a lot of little openings that you could bead around or use for different multi-strand purposes, so I do like the design of these very much. Next on our list is the 16x24mm 3-strand connectors in antique copper. There's 2 pieces, so once again we got some more connectors, and this time instead of the brass they're in antique copper, and these say they're 3-strand, which is cool. They're not double-sided, but you know, that's alright. So the color's very pretty. I do definitely like the style of these, and I use this type of thing quite often, so I'm very happy to get them. And I don't have any, personally, connectors in copper at this point. I have a lot of brass and silver and gold, but it's definitely nice to get some in copper. Alright, so we are down to our very last item on the list, which looks like it should be very interesting. It is the 22x32 antique silver elephant pendant. There's 1 piece. Alright guys, oh my goodness, look at this big guy. Well, it's not that big. That's really interesting. I gotta think about this one for a minute. So obviously if you're really into elephants, you're gonna love this, but you don't have to be to love it either. It's pretty cool. I think you could probably put some type of a rhinestone right in there in the hollow of its eye. And then I don't know if this would be like, it's supposed to be his stomach or if he's like holding something, but it looks like it's kind of hollow back here, so you might be able to put some type of a clay, like a polymer clay design, or I don't know that resin would work back there. I'm not a resin aficionado, but possibly you could do something with the back of it, because it's double-sided, so you could either use this side and maybe have something on the back if you wanted to, or you don't have to have anything on the back if you don't want to. Or you could use this side and see it's got another little spot for a rhinestone or something, or glass bead or pearl or whatever you want. And then you could do something with this. So that's kind of cool. It's got a lot of options. So if you're into something like that and you really want to think outside the box, I think this is a piece that could really inspire you to do that. So that's it, you guys, for the February 2019 dollar bead box and bag. As you can see, we got 25 different strands or groups of items here that we had to go through, and all in all, with the box and the bag, that would have been about $26.50. I love this subscription. I've subscribed to it for about a year now, and if you are interested in signing up or interested in checking out their website, the link for that will be down below. And like I said, in addition to being a subscriber to their monthly box, you also get access to their website, which is fabulous, because then you can go back and you can order so many different things for just $1. It's amazing all the things they have. If you're on the fence about the subscription, you're not really sure, this is a good general idea of the types of things they send. I will link a playlist though as well, so that you can go back and decide for yourself if it fits your style of beading, if it fits your budget, and if it makes you happy. So I'm really excited to start playing with some of these things, and I can't wait to be back soon to share some of the things that I've made with these pieces from the box. I love doing that, as well as more subscription unboxings and more jewelry tutorials. Really appreciate you guys being here. Hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the contents or what your favorite item was here today. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and as always, happy beading. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love you to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you'd like to see more of my videos, and check out the video description section to follow along on all of my social media handles, and check out my new website and blog at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching!